Good evening. My name is Eric Lundy. I'm a graduate student at Aspen University, and I'm in the master's program. And this course is Leadership Strategies and Communication. Today, we're going to talk about emotional intelligence. And first, we'll begin by defining emotional intelligence. Based on Mitchell Adler's definition, emotional intelligence is being able to know feelings and experiences and what they want to have be seen and how to express and receive information. Um, the Raven Bar emotional definition for emotional intelligence is the emotional and social knowledge and ability to be aware of and understand and express ourselves. The knowledge and ability to be aware of and understand and express ourselves to others and relate to others. Um, the knowledge and ability to deal with strong emotions and control impulses, as well as the ability to adapt to change and solve problems of personal or social nature. Emotional intelligence can also be identified as the ability to identify and manage emotions within ourselves as well as in others, while also being able to translate those emotions into actions that display flexibility and personal and social problem solving ability. So essentially, emotional intelligence can be defined as having the wherewithal to handle stressful situations in a calm way. Being flexible helps with understanding that things change, sometimes on a whim, and being able to adjust. And especially in a leadership role, leaders need to be able to adjust on the fly a lot of times because things don't often go as planned. There's always got to be room for error, or always has to be room for something to go wrong, and we need to be able to adjust and to adapt at all times without showing a great amount of stress or distress. Why is this important? This is important to understand emotional intelligence because it enables leaders to make sound decisions and rational decisions, which is very important. Making decisions out of an emotional state often ends up in making poor decisions. It also helps us to maintain a calm and professional demeanor, especially when dealing with difficult situations when we have to problem solve. Your demeanor is very key in maintaining a professional and calm atmosphere for yourself as well as the second party that is involved. It also assists with maintaining good rapport with followers when your followers understand that they're going to uh, be dealt with in a professional manner and in a calm manner that oftentimes relieves stress about any situation that may come up, whether it be something that they've done that deserves to be reprimanded or something else that needs to be corrected. They understand and know that it's going to be dealt with in a calm and professional demeanor. Um, Understanding emotional intelligence also enables a leader to make the appropriate response to stress and difficult situations, to not overreact, to not overthink, but to really sit down, think calmly and clearly about options. And that comes a lot with preparation. And then understanding emotional intelligence also enables leaders to understand how to read the body language of others, as well as how to display the body language that they want others to see. Body language is a very, very important form of communication, and oftentimes we overlook the impact that body language has. The words that we're saying and the words that are coming out of our mouths have to match our facial expressions, our gestures, our posture in every way possible. Um, Using emotional intelligence positively in a work setting can be used to help others improve their own emotional intelligence. We need to be able to teach and coach others through understanding emotional intelligence and improving their own emotional intelligence. It can help build a sense of trust and open communication. Like I stated earlier, anytime that you're dealing with a difficult situation or any situation with an employee or a follower of any type, is makes them feel comfortable. They need to feel comfortable knowing that they can come and there's an open door policy and that they're going to be dealt with professionally and calmly. Um, Gives us the ability to assess and receive feedback on our own strengths and weaknesses. So, not to be offended or take anything personal, but to be able to take that information and see it for what it's worth at face value in order to improve ourselves and improve others and the organization as a whole. Um, it helps to develop a sense of flexibility. Again, like I said earlier, it's very important to be flexible. Flexibility uh, allows us to adapt to many different situations when things change. It improves communication, organizational integrity, etiquette, enthusiasm, professionalism, cooperation, and work ethics. Overall, understanding emotional intelligence and using it properly in the workplace really improves the entire organization as a whole. And it also improves nonverbal communication, such as facial expressions, body language, and gestures. Uh, how I would personally use emotional intelligence in my own workplace is dealing with students and disciplinary issues. Again, students are a form of followers, and as educators, we are their leaders. And when dealing with students, whether it be academic or behavioral or emotional situations, we need to be able to show a calm, warm, and welcoming demeanor to build that rapport, to get trust and develop that rapport with those students. Help students improve and develop their own emotional intelligence so that they can understand that when they are being given feedback or when they're being reprimanded, that they're not being ridiculed or no one's coming down hard on them, but these are simple facts. When consequences are handed out, when feedback is handed out on work, for them to be able to understand their own strengths and their own weaknesses and how to improve their weaknesses and continue to develop their strengths without taking it extremely personal. And it also teaches our students as well as other teachers to respond rather than react to stressful situations. Um, I can also use it in developing staff to utilize emotional intelligence to impact changes throughout the entire school, to develop flexibility and the ability to easily adapt to change and transition. As you know, with the leadership change, there's always going to come a lot of transition, and teachers and other staff members need to be able to uh, adjust to change when there's a leadership change, or even without a leadership changes, a curriculum change or policy change, something that they've been comfortable with for a long time that now is changing and they're being made to be uncomfortable. Having a high level of emotional intelligence allows that transition to go smoother in understanding how to deal with that from a personal as well as a professional standpoint. Um, Developing rapport through sound and rational decision making and handling difficult situations calmly and thoughtfully with staff as a leader, whether it be an administrator, a dean, a principal, when dealing with staff and coaching staff and evaluating staff members and other teachers, it is very important to develop that rapport and to make sound decisions when it comes to difficult situations with other staff members and handling those situations calmly and thoughtfully. Um, Thank you. This has been my talk on emotional intelligence, and we'll see you next time.